Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all shapes and sizes, welcome back to Rossoneri TV. It is Adamo here for another Transfer Daily report where I'll be giving you updates on the latest news and transfer rumors going around AC Milan, as well as the friendly today versus Lyon. Now, to get started on the friendly versus Lyon, of course, we lost 2-1. Don't get too hyped over it. It is only a friendly, as I mentioned. Poli with the goal for Milan was a rocket outside the box after a kind of weird dribbling from Cherchi that didn't really go too well. But we got the goal. Poli with his third consecutive goal in the preseason. Pretty crazy. Obviously, you can't really judge too much because, again, it's friendlies. And I want to touch on that a bit because a lot of people are being way too critical. I understand you want to criticize your team. You want to make the points that you want to make so they improve. But that's Mihailovic's job. And, if you want to say your opinion, you don't need to be too like hyped up about it. A lot of people saying, "Oh, this player is awful. We shouldn't be playing him." Blah 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 blah. I can understand with players like Nocerino and such, but to judge players like Suso and saying Bonaventura is awful, I can understand Bonaventura though today wasn't too good. But anyways, we lost 2-1 in the friendly match versus Lyon. As I mentioned, could have been better, could have been worse. Again, just a friendly match, so everybody needs to tone it down a little bit. But yeah, obviously you could see that Mihailovic is implementing his type of style and his type of grit to the game. Obviously, the player is still getting used to his high-intense trainings. You could see gifs of Montalivo practically vomiting at the training sessions because it was way too much for him to handle. But yeah, hopefully we don't see Montalivo too much this season unless he's going to perform well. But we did say Dion as the captain today, which made me pretty happy, smiled on the inside. Good to see that. I hope that's the case for the rest of the season. But anyways, on to the transfer rumors. Sky is reporting that Niang and Suso could go to Genoa on loan. I also mentioned this in yesterday's video, but that was from a different source. Now Sky are reporting it as well, and it has been confirmed that Galliani is in talks with Sky, of course, to send Suso and Niang on loan to Genoa. Now they're obviously not sure if they're going to be doing that. I personally, as I mentioned in the previous video, kind of hope not. I can understand if those two players aren't going to get much time. Might as well send them out, give them some time, and get them going. But I can kind of see Suso especially, possibly even starting as the trequartista if somebody like Honda doesn't. But either way, both options are good. But as I said, if they're not going to get much playing time, might as well send them on loan. But it's all up to what Milan and Mihailovic plan on doing with the two players. It's just a whole kind of ordeal where I guess you could say where Milan aren't too good at kind of deciding who they want to keep and who they want to go because they always regret it in the end, as we always see. Now, Sky are also reporting that Galliani and Preziosi are Preziosi. What am I even talking about, guys? Preziosi from Genoa. Not only are we talking about Niang and Suso, but as well as Simone Verdi. Now, obviously, more people getting interest in the player. I don't know if Milan have kind of told people that they're not too interested in using him this season. Maybe they want to send him on loan. Maybe they want to sell him. I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. But should be interesting to see how that plays out. Now, Chelsea are ready to offer 34 million for Axel Witsel, according to Corriere dello Sport. They've also mentioned that Milan is interested in Soriano, so he's most likely the alternative to Witsel. I mentioned in previous videos that I would love Soriano. You guys all know my infatuation with Soriano, but there's no denying it. Witsel is a next level player. But again, I wouldn't be upset with Soriano. It's just I really, really wish that Milan could sign a player like Witsel. It's going to be hard to compete with Chelsea if they are indeed actually in for him. And another player that they're actually in for is Romagnoli, sadly for Milan. Sky reporting that as well. A lot of other reporters outside of Sky are kind of saying this is kind of fishy because they don't know what Sky's up to. Reporting left and right that teams are interested in Romagnoli all of a sudden. I don't know what to think about it. I'm just going to go with it and say that it's probably true because Romagnoli is a great player and Chelsea could use them on the bench. Kind of like a player like Zuma, I guess you could say, young, and have the potential, take over for their older players that may be retiring in seasons to come. But either way, I kind of hope Chelsea don't take Romagnoli because I want him to come to Milan, of course. Let's see what happens with that. I just hope that Milan settled the deal well with Romagnoli and that 25 million isn't, in fact, not our final offer, according to Galliani. But next up, Empoli are showing interest in Albertazzi. Now, just wanted to say that he's not much of an impact player. Haven't seen him much last season, as in he didn't get much appearances. and he was a Hellas Verona previously. He was okay, but nothing special, and Milan took him back. Of course, he wanted to prove himself, and he really didn't do too much. So Milan gave him the chance, didn't really take it. I mean, again, as I said, he's not an impactful player. If he stays, you're not going to realize. If he goes, you're not going to realize. So whatever happens with that, I don't really mind. Whether or not Milan let him go or keep him, anything can happen. I guess we're gonna have to wait and see. But hopefully we can get, at least maybe a decent price if they're trying to buy him, maybe a couple million. I wouldn't expect too much because, again, as I said, he hasn't shown much in Milan, so I don't think that his value would be too high. But next up, the big news of the day: Sport Italia are reporting that Ibra may be coming to Milan in August. Obviously, huge news. All of us want Ibrahimovic to come to Milan. Would be a big deal for Milan. Having a player like him helping us to get back to the Champions League. I can only hope and pray that that's the case. But yeah, I would love Ibra at Milan. Obviously, great player. I think any team would love Ibra, but it's all down to whether or not PSG are going to release the player so Milan could sign him up for free. Obviously, paying his ridiculous wages still, but better than paying no price tag, or better than paying a price tag, I should say. My bad. But yeah. Again, Ibra would love him at Milan. I'm sure all of you will love him at Milan. What do you think? Would you take Ibra despite his age and high wages? Leave it down below in the comments. I know that by the time we get to the Champions League, he's probably going to be, not on his final legs, because Ibra's going to last for a few more seasons, but we won't get as much out of him as some other players that we would get for the price of his wages. But still, again, Ibrahimovic, guys, come on. Leave it down below what you think about the deal if it were to happen. That's all for today. It wasn't too much news, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. And I wanted to briefly mention to check out Hugh Wizzy's YouTube channel. Obviously, some of you guys may know him from various sites, but go check out his YouTube channel if you haven't seen it already. He's got some great content in there, especially his series, Silly Season. He talks a lot about the Premier League, but even if you're not a fan about the Premier League, it's still very entertaining stuff. So go check him out. Subscribe to him, leave a like on all his videos if you enjoy them, and leave a like on this video and subscribe to Rossoneri TV if you enjoy our content. As I mentioned in previous videos, we will be having special stuff coming up in the near future if you guys keep up the support, as we freaking love it here at Rossoneri TV. So thank you for watching. It has been Adamo signing off, and as usual, Forza Milan.